The second line of doctors, nurses, and hospital staff at Manning Family Children's cheer for a very special young man who's hitting a milestone today. The milestone? After more than 6 weeks in a sterile hospital room, Daniel Cressy gets to go home. He's the first person in Louisiana to have gene therapy that could cure him of sickle cell disease.
I was really occupied studying and flying and just listening to music. It was like a dorm room in here.
Yes, at 23, Daniel can fly planes, but because of his sickle cell, he would never be able to get medical clearance from the FAA for a license to live out his passion of being a pilot. Now that there is hope, he had set up a flight simulator in his hospital room.
So I was practicing instrument approaches and things like that. And also, landings, getting my landings kind of perfect.
It's been tough, years in pain from his genetic condition. Last year, stem cells were drawn from his bone marrow and sent to Europe where his DNA was edited. He had chemo to wipe away all of his bone marrow that makes sickle-shaped red blood cells. It also claimed his hair, changed his skin pigment, and made painful sores in his mouth. Then in March, his treated cells were infused back in hopes of making round blood cells forever.
Yes, they are. And so we'll really know the full effect of everything within 2 to 3 months. But at this early period, we can say it seems to be working as it should.
Before he left the hospital Tuesday afternoon, Daniel shared some thoughts from his heart about his journey.
I'm not going to lie, I did cry 5 times in the past 5 business days. So I don't think I've done that since I was a baby. And so, it makes a lot of sense now.
Why did you cry 5 times?
I think it was like a lot of built up emotions over the past years. And so as I was sitting here, I just kind of started to reflect on how far I've come, and it just kind of started to hit me. And I just couldn't hold it.
I wonder if some of those tears are because you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Could it be tears of joy that this day is finally here? It's
Yes.
all good.
Yes. I was looking back on my life and I was like, you know, I started flying in 2022. And when I took that first flight, I did not think that I would lead to me being cured. I'm just thankful that God chose me to be the person to do it.
Now he goes back to aviation conferences, promoting his brand, Privileged Pilots, with friend Kyle, who had the same procedure. And he's writing a book called Blessing in the Skies. Meg Farris, WWL, Louisiana.
Certainly a blessing in the sky. Daniel says so many good things are coming from news stories and all the social media posts about his journey. Other sickle cell patients who are apprehensive, they are now deciding to see if they too are eligible for that gene therapy. And I'm so glad those tears of joy of seeing him kind of progress in this and something that's so rare for him to take advantage of. And I hope that it helps more people to get this sickle cell gene therapy.